Well, hello. Hello. Forgive me, I'm trying to be ambidextrous, which doesn't become me at all. And welcome to Robe. I'm a bit tired, 4-hour drive, but worth every minute, I think. I've come to photograph the obelisk here at Robe. Now, I have photographed that before, but since then it's probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years since I've been here. And what's happened since then is that there's been some almighty storms, and those storms have translated into the destruction of the obelisk, well, not of the obelisk, but of the limestone platform it sat on, and it's been obliterated almost to the point of total collapse. And so I don't think it's going to be here too much longer, hence the reason why we've traveled here today. So I think you can see what we've come to get. So we're going to try and capture this before it's gone for good. So saying that, it might still be here in 3 years time, or it might not be here in 3 days time. You just can't tell. So we've got to get a move on because we've got about an hour before sunset. So yes, I'm here for a sunset, not a sunrise. I'm just adjusting the polarizer, switching it off, darkening that sea, and then you can see that just in case with that polarizing, you see there's a slight vignette there. I don't want that, so I'm going to use it and just have this beautifully dark with these white ribbons, and I just love this composition already. So yeah, the obelisk is sat on the rule of thirds ish, maybe a touch more this way would be the rule of thirds, but you know, it's not a hard and fast rule. You can just do it by feel, and that's what I'm doing here. And if we have a look, it's about 1/13 of a second, f/16. I probably want a little bit slower than that, so I'm going to throw a 3-stop on. I'll see if that will give me a couple of seconds so I can capture that beautiful texture in the sky. So I don't want it to go too fast. I don't want the exposure to be too long. And that's actually given us about a second. But the sky is a bit blown. So I'm going to actually come down to 80, which is the lowest native ISO on this. And I'm also just going to pop on a soft grad. And that should help tame that sky, brings back that texture, that detail. So that's brought it down by about a stop, just to equalize it. And we could come a little longer. We could go a little longer now. And if you have a look at that histogram, slap bang in the middle, and then now I'm getting some of that detail of that rock out there. That's catching the last of this sun. So it's glowing a little bit. I would love a little bit more sun, but hey, we can always wish for more. Even though we're far away, I'm going to take 2 shots. I'm going to take one on the near cliff and then one on the obelisk itself. So let's just mount up, get that done. And again, the obelisk is probably already in focus, but I'm just going to take it to be absolutely sure. So that's given us about 1.3 seconds, and now I'm going to go for a longer shot. I'm going to try and get about a minute. So I'm going to take out the 3, pop in the 10. There we go. We're going to do our 6400 trick, I think, because I don't know if it's going to be 1 minute or 2. I've got a feeling it'll be 1, but let's do our 6400 trick. So I'll come down to 1 second, ISO 6400. That looks a little dark, but we'll go with that. There we go. I've got a feeling it's going to be 2, judging by the histogram. But no, that's well exposed. I'm going to try 2. So that's 2 seconds. There we go. Try that again. If this is overexposed, we'll go with a 1 minute exposure. So let's have a little look at that. And actually, no, that's perfect. Perfect. I can see detail in those rocks, and the clouds aren't blown out. So I now know if I come back down to ISO 100 and I go up to 2 minutes, I know that will give us a perfectly exposed composition. So yes, 2 minute exposure, beautiful, beautiful. So I think I'm probably going to come away from here a little bit. We're right on the edge, so we'll probably retire back a little bit for safety and see if there's another composition around. And then if we do get the time, we're going to go over and photograph the obelisk a little closer. Okay, so we've come along a little way. And we've got a couple of rock structures in front of us here. So the sun's in the frame here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in or not. I'm just going to put the 10 stop away for the moment and just compose this image. So there we go. Just got to watch that little piece of rock on the bottom and on the right, because I want something, because it was empty before. I just want something there just to hold interest. Now I've probably got to focus stack this, most probably. What I am going to do, I'm going to put a second soft grit on, because the dynamic range, because I'm shooting into the sun, is even greater. So I'm just going to pop this on. There we go. That's better. Yeah, happy with that. I'll make sure it's in properly. Just double check so that doesn't fall out. No, they're in. They're in. That's good. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I don't know whether to go. We'll keep this in for now. No, I think we'll keep it as it is, just like this. And what we may do, may decide on having a super pano, not decided yet. But the first thing I am going to do, I'm just going to raise this up just a bit. It's about a sixth. We're still not clipping that sun yet, and I really didn't want any thick cloud, but that cloud is getting thicker as we speak. So let me focus stack this. F16. I'm doing more shots than I think I need. That's always best because you want everything in focus rather than miss focus. So there we go. And so I've got that. And again, I'm probably going to put the 10 on. And before I do that, I'm going to actually lock the focus on this near arch. There we go. Throw this on. Let's move up to, last time it was 2 minutes. I think it'll be the same this time. 2 minutes. Super smooth water. Probably some nice white streaks in there. So while I've got you, I want to mention that I've got another couple of ebooks that are available on my website. One is all about twilight photography. I keep glancing this way because if the wind blowing this way, so if the camera goes, it's going to come towards me and I'm going to be ready to grab it. Yeah, so I've got an ebook out on my website that's all about twilight photography. So it takes you through basically, if we do it, I do it from sunrise, but the reverse is true from sunset. So start at astronomical twilight, and then it comes through nautical, civil, blue hour, golden hour, and it talks about what you should expect and how you should shoot each of those twilight zones. So yeah, so that's available. And for anyone who's intending to visit South Australia, I've put together volume 1 of iconic South Australian photo locations. This is one, and in that it'll show you the location, where to park. There's a QR code, so it'll take you to the video I've made shooting that place. I'll give you all my settings and some general information about whether it's a sunrise or sunset shoot. So I think there's about 22, 23 free photo wallpapers. So there's wallpapers for your phone. They're completely free. Help yourself. Download them all. Download one, whatever you wish. Just help yourself. And there's also a series of blogs. Some people like to read as well as watch my videos. So yeah, I've been working on that for a little while. So please head over there, have a little look. It's izzyabelela.com, and there'll be a link in the description. So let's head off back to the Obelisk and see what we can create there. Well, I'm not sure if any of the sounds worked so far, which means I'm going to have to dub over because I had power plugged in and I didn't know if I think the power's overrode the microphone socket, so we'll have to wait and see. I hate voiceovers, but hey, we'll just have to see what we do. Okay, I've come back around to the other side and I'm attempting to take this from, we've got a clear shot between me and that obelisk. Let's immediately just have a little look at what we've got. I did consider bringing some of the foreground in, but I'm not. I'm gonna actually lose that. I'm gonna lose the foreground. I don't want it in. This is all about that obelisk, so I'm making it central. I may do a horizontal pano, you know, I might do, not sure yet. Let's just make sure our focus is where it needs to be. The good thing about this is that it's all in one plane. So once I've got focus, I don't have to worry about focus stacking, that's it. It's just on. So I'm just going to check if I do a horizontal pano. Yeah, that looks perfect. I think I might just give it a little bit more space on that side. So let's put our filter holder on. Let's check our polarizer. I want the water nice and dark, saturated. So this is just taking that glare completely off. I probably only have to use a single grad now that the sun has dipped behind the clouds. There we go, and that looks mighty fine. So I am going to take a couple of shots now, because for that sky, and I'm also going to move a third of the way through and take that too for the sky. And now I'm going to do a longer exposure. So again, this time probably trying to get about a minute, so I might have to up the ISO a little bit. So I'm locked on our obelisk, or at least on the cliff it's on. 10 stop in. Let's go up to about a minute. Let's increase our ISO. .320. That's given us 60 seconds. I'm going to do that. Okay, I think we're going to get the last of the light. We're going to get no colour, so we're going to head round and we'll take that obelisk almost front on, and we'll see if we can get what's left of that limestone path. It's very thin, so I'm going to stay away from it. I'm not going to approach it too closely. So let's head over there, the other side, and see what we can pull together in the last 20 minutes or so. Well, hey ho. We're here. Let's see what we can pull together for the last shoot, I think, for me, of this beautiful landmark. There is a bit of colour there. It's sort of magenta and sort of a pink, I can see, but it might just be my eyes, you know. But that's what I can see. There we go, we focus stacked all the way up. And now I'm going to do a 1 minute exposure, lock it on our obelisk. And we've got the foreground all nicely in. Pull it down. 60 seconds. I might actually, I'm going to push it to 2 minutes. Why not? While we're here, let's give it a go. Let's go across to here and do that last one, and then I think we're going to call it a day, because that looks like it's the end of the light. Fingers crossed it's superficial. Okay, final shot of the day, I think. While we've got the light, I'm going to take the shorter exposures. So come back down to about a second-ish. Yeah, 1.5 seconds. Yeah, that wind's catching you, isn't it? There we go, I caught you this time. Right, stay. Let's do a focus stack. And here's me thinking that the obelisk could go crashing into the sea, but no, it was very nearly you. Right, okay. We've locked our focus. We're going to go come up to a minute, well, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to just increase the ISO, and a fly's just attempted to crawl up my nose. There we go. ISO 1, 2, maybe a touch more. Yeah, there we go. ISO 160. That's 2 minutes. Let's hit that. And it's sunset now. Yeah, the sun's gone down, and I'm looking around, but I very much doubt we're going to get any afterglow. None at all, I don't think. But, you know, we can't have it all, and I'm more than happy with what we've got today. I left and had to run back because we got colour. Look at that. That's what we got colour. So, wow. Now if that works out, I'll pop it up now.